Welcome back, Panther fans. I'm David Brown along with Ryan Graham,
Hey, y'all.
Tim Thurber,
Hi.
and this is State of Atlanta.
That was pretty good.
Not too bad. I actually remembered to get my beer out this time. So,
Yeah. Cheers.
cheers. Welcome back, guys.
Hey,
You guys have a good week?
Sure.
That's good.
mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I apologize about the sound quality with the kid in the background.
Hey, it happens.
Her bedroom is right behind the wall behind me. So
Excellent place for your studio, then. Way to go there, big guy. Excellent.
some of us don't have basements. She's usually actually really good. She was telling me about how she needed to be quiet for this, and I agreed, and then she has refused to do so.
Weird how kids' logic works, right?
Yeah.
So did you guys get out, do anything? Are we getting to the end of this whole lockdown stuff?
Well, I think I told you guys Hot Dog Pizza's open, so that's been a thing. I haven't been back yet. And then, a couple of, I know we're not going to delve into it or anything, but there was damage done to the businesses in Summerhill.
Yeah,
over
very
the last nights.
very unfortunate. When are they closed? Are they back open again?
Nah, they put wood panels up over everything, but it sounds like all the businesses on the street got affected.
That's unfortunate. Well, go show your support to the places and go buy some food and drinks and all that kind of fun stuff from them.
Yep. Yeah, they've still been open. We did ice cream this week.
Oh, they got to pay that deductible now. So give them some money so they can pay that deductible.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're all doing pretty well. The lines have been, pretty decent when I go by at like the prime hours, and I just don't do that for myself.
How is Big Softy? The Instagram stuff they post looks really tasty.
It's awesome. It's great.
Yeah.
The chocolate tastes a little funny, but I think if you want to be like really good, you have to taste a little different. Otherwise, people are gonna, it's just gonna be the same old, same old.
It's the fun.
Right.
You gotta have that little funkiness to it. Make it a little.
Got a little funk to it. That's right. Yeah, but I like vanilla with the hard shell chocolate on it. So
like vanilla.
That's
yeah,
solid.
I'm a vanilla guy.
Vanilla. That's like a base.
Exactly. I put the hard shell chocolate.
All right. Just go.
They've got ice cream sandwiches right now though, but I haven't tried it yet. It's for their birthday. They've been up for a year.
Wow.
They've been operating longer than we have. Look at that. Look at them go.
It just feels weird.
Yeah, but how many podcast episodes do they have?
Yeah,
exactly. That's the measuring stick right there. Not sales, podcasts.
Yeah. So you get out all the time. You do anything this week?
We did another socially distanced dinner down in Grant Park Saturday evening before we had to leave for obvious reasons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, it got rather rambunctious right in front of their house. So.
Well, that's
Yeah.
Oh,
When we drove, they're on Ormond Street, just by the Zone 3 precinct.
No, we're gonna need
yeah.
address, street number, everything.
No.
Code.
No, but when we were driving up,
Others maiden name, social security number, all that kind of stuff.
when we were driving up Cherokee, we did come upon all the protesters blocking our path, but didn't block it because we could still get to Ormond Street. So we were fine. But then over the course of dinner, obviously, things escalated and we had to actually leave.
Yeah, it didn't get very terrible though. I was watching like live streams of that because it's so close to my house, and they blocked a bunch of the streets got blocked by the cops.
Right.
But it seemed like everyone just sort of, there was no like confrontation, like everybody was trying to build it up to.
Yeah, we just didn't want to get stuck.
Yeah. Sorry, we're not going to talk about this.
Yeah. Anyway, that was the excitement of the weekend. Well, There's more excitement like that, but I'll skip it.
Of course, the only reason why I asked what you guys got into was to talk about what I did. So.
But nobody cares. Nobody asked you, David.
Exactly. But
I'm going to tell you anyway.
No, so I have a buddy of mine who ended up buying a place nearby, and I keep on telling him to check out that Mexican restaurant I always talk about, El Tesoro. And so he's like, all right, I'm doing lunch at El Tesoro on Saturday. And my wife's still not comfortable with us getting out and going out, which is understandable. That's fine. No problem with that. But I'm like, what if I go have a drink with him and I pick up to-go food and come back? And she's like, actually, yeah, that's fine. Go there. You can hang out, for a little bit. So 3 hours later, she's calling me like, "What the hell's going on? Why would you come back?" It was my first time out socializing at a bar or anything. We were outside the entire time. There was no.
I mean, quit making excuses. She knows what she signed up for. I mean, come on, man. Like
She knew exactly what I was going to be getting into, and I walked out of that house. And I walked there. I didn't even drive. She's like, "Why aren't you driving?"
that's right.
I've never walked there before. I'll go pick up our takeout food, and I still drive the car. But like, yeah, no, I knew I wasn't going to be coming back sober at all, and I didn't. So, yeah, I haven't learned it.
So you had a successful outing.
Well, I've not learned my lesson as far as it comes to giving a little bit of an inch on the leash at all. But anyhow,
did she say just one drink, or did she qualify?
I don't remember if I said one drink or one beer, but either way, I violated that deal. So
Profusely. 3 hours later. It's a lot of beers.
I only paid for one drink.
So. Shoot, count it.
It's one drink.
Thankfully, she's not listening to the podcast anymore since we're stuck at home. She doesn't have time in the car, so the chances of her listening to this are very slim. Though the fact that this is the one that I stayed at will be the one that she does listen to, because that's
right.
the way marriage works.
Well, and I told you last week, like Laurie was all of a sudden just like randomly listening to the podcast. I'm like, wait, that's not part of the deal.
She tuned in to listen. Not Laurie, my wife turned in last week and listened live while we were on Facebook. But I don't know if that'll happen this week. Anyhow, so I have bemoaned on social media that the day after we record these things is when big news comes out. That's when like the tech announcement on both football and basketball were like on a Wednesday or a Thursday, and everything else has happened. They got the cancellation of the season, all that kind of stuff, the basketball stuff, and whatsoever, Ryan, and whatsoever
at all.
Yes, but today we got a blessing. The Wolverine gods do not know that Georgia State news has not come out on Tuesdays. So it got announced that Georgia State basketball is opening up against Michigan in Ann Arbor on November 10th.
That's awesome.
It's a good
solid.
It's a good game. Yeah, I like that, especially because they're a big name program and they were absolute crap last year. So this is a good upset alert.
Yeah, I mean they're on my bucket list for football for sure. I really want to go see a football game in the big house. I really want to see Georgia State play in the big house.
Right.
So I'm like, I get it. I get why we're excited about basketball, but like I want football. So it's like a tease to me.
Well, I was looking at it as far as going up there. I checked the flights. You can get a Spirit flight for like $100 round trip that day on November 10th. It's like a $50 hotel room in Ann Arbor. All you really need to get is away from Detroit to Ann Arbor, 45-minute drive. So either a rental car, or I don't know if they have other ways of getting there, buses or shuttles or whatever. That could be a cheap, fun basketball trip, though.
So what you're saying is you've already researched all of this and you have all the options laid out.
Yeah. You have you just enter in, coupon code State of Atlanta 10, and then you get the deal. It all comes together in your checkout.
Yeah, it may say coupon code invalid, but go ahead and try it. No, but seriously, I was looking at the record. Now, they are predicted to be a 6 seed in the tournament this year. That's probably just because of going on history. They were 10-10 in the conference last year and 19-12 overall, which, I mean,
that's not terrible.
It's respectable in their conference.
That's 9th in the Big Ten. That's 9th place in the Big Ten. So, I don't know. I think that there was at least – I haven't checked back Twitter once the thing came out, but there were already a couple people on there saying this is an upset alert for the beginning of the season, which I'll take that.
And so, like, as not a basketball fan, 20 wins is like what you're looking for, right? Like
it's a measuring stick, yeah. Absolutely. Okay. It's a measuring stick.
Yeah.
Like over 20 is kind of like, considered not a bad season.
So 19 don't count it, right? That's a bad season.
I think what we are, didn't we get 19 or we were 18 this past season? We were right there at the cusp of it. We need tournament wins, or not, we need conference championship wins to get us over 20. I don't think we got it. But
we didn't get there.
Talk about that. Well, good thing they canceled the whole conference championship and not a single game was played.
Yeah, none that count at least. Well, one thing that I'm curious about with the announcement was was it John Rothstein that tweeted it. says Michigan will open the 2021 basketball season on November 10th in Ann Arbor against Georgia State. So does that mean they will open their basketball season, or is this going to be the very first game of college basketball? It's going to be Michigan Georgia State. I'm assuming
probably have to go with just Michigan's first game.
But I think either way, it's a Tuesday night. This will be an ESPN game. There'll be no other competition going on. I mean, other than other college basketball, the football. Assuming it's played, is not playing on Tuesdays. Not even the Fun Belt does that dumb stuff.
So what you're really saying is we should go.
Man, if you can get in and out of Ann Arbor, like not including food and drinks and ticket for like $200, why wouldn't you, right?
Yeah, but you gotta enjoy that beer, right?
Well, I mean, we'll still buy food and drinks. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but you'll buy the food and drinks anyway, whether you're there or here or whatever. So
like college frat house, this whole thing. Everybody buys their $100 Spirit airline ticket. No bags. You don't need a bag for a night. Get a shuttle or rent a car or whatever it is to get from Detroit to Ann Arbor. Pile a bunch of people up in a hotel room for the night and just go out and hit the college town. It's like a fun time for a bunch of 30, 40-year-old guys.
Well, my grandpa got his undergrad at Michigan, so I could maybe convince him to just like come up there with me.
There you go.
Yeah, then free trip.
Well, so it is also. I did say it's on a Tuesday night, which is when we record these things. So it'd be interesting to record from Ann Arbor afterwards, or maybe we record in the airport the following morning. I like that at the airport bar the following morning. About everything, get it posted up there, so that when we land back in Atlanta, we can find out how bad of a show we actually put together.
Well, now I have to bring a bag because you want me to bring podcasting equipment, which is just computer and speaker.
Oh man, we're close. All we need is one computer. We can all cuddle together, get up tight together.
Oh, it'll be like old times.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Snuggling in the basement.
Man, that's a long time ago.
It has been. It's like 3 months or something. So, yeah.
Oh, John had a good idea here. Get press passes.
Hey, now.
It sounds like stats and work and stuff. Which one of?
No. Tell them that that's not what it's all about. We're just going to talk about the game, and all of our tens of fans are going to listen to this.
We're here to promote Georgia State athletics and give us press passes. Thank you.
I feel like if we got a single press pass, John, great idea, by the way. If we got a single press pass between the three of us, when that game is over, whether we win or lose, it'd be like drawing short stick to see which one of us actually goes to the press conference afterwards. Because like I just want to go to the college bars and get lit tonight. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to do work.
If I go, I don't have to ask any questions, do I?
You flew into Detroit at 2:50 in the morning. I've been drinking all day long. I don't want to go in there and ask questions.
Should I bring my blue snowball mic, my desktop mic, and wave it up in the air? Like not plugged into anything, just wave it up.
Well, we could just get like an SOA microphone made and just like walk up to people and start asking them random questions all over the place.
Coach. I don't know. I was trying to think of something clever. It didn't happen.
Yeah, you did not come up with anything.
I'm just not very quick-witted.
You could ask them. There are 2 teams in the state of Georgia that share the initials GSU. Who are they? See if they can figure it out.
Oh,
who are you playing tonight? Georgia Southern. Georgia State.
Why would I make that about them?
Literally, I want to kick you off this thing right now. Like you're done.
Oh.
Done. Fired.
I did have Chipotle tonight.
Oh my God! What? Why would you even say that?
I think we need So, Ryan, we both have kids, and there's timeout when the kids are acting up. I feel like maybe we should institute like a timeout ban.
Yeah, I don't know if you can. Can you do that? Can you hide him?
I can mute you guys for a period of time and just say, all right, have you learned your lesson? Are you ready to come back and have a conversation here? Or are you going to be a child and talk about Chipotle? And
John also did say I'd pay money to see one of you ask Rob Lanier and Juwan Howard questions. So I assume that's not me because, again, I'm not quick-witted, but a very drunk David Brown would be hilarious.
I go through a basketball game and I struggle to remember the winning score. I know. Whether we won or lost or not. Oh yeah, no, that one was 85 to 60, 70. I don't know, we won by 2 or 12 or something like that.
Dude, I've hung out with you before, after, and during basketball games, and I think it would be hilarious to have you asking questions at a press conference.
Well, if we do this, it would be, whether it's in Ann Arbor or anywhere else, it would be the last time we're ever awarded a press pass. So, or maybe that's the away game thing. Like they don't know. Like Georgia State would say no probably immediately.
Yeah, I hope
too much of a risk, right? I mean,
if we say away games, like, oh yeah, that we do a show, a podcast, we review it, talk about it.
Don't listen to it. Don't worry about it.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that that would get shut down really, really. Maybe that's our thing. Our shtick is like find out getting recordings being escorted out of press conferences.
we could always show, like, even at Georgia State home games, you could always just like show the denial of press pass, right? We can talk about it, how we are always denied, and laugh about it, not be upset or anything. Just be like, well, duh, like it's a good decision. And then the one time they accept us, we'll say, GSU in it.
Well, that's about it. That's what I was about to say. He's like, this would be, them allowing us to actually be at the press conference is the worst decision they could make. So they would actually make, right? Yeah. So we'll look into it. Tim, it's on your to-do list. Look into press pass for Ann Arbor.
Yep, got it.
Max joined.
Max or Mac? Which one do we got here?
Max, sorry.
Max, all right, welcome.
Hey, Max.
I'm going to toss this next one to you, Tim, although I'm not sure if you're aware of it. John posted on Panther Talk a little few hours ago that we will have some Georgia State Panthers in the basketball tournament.
Oh, they're joining another team.
Yeah, it looks like Isaiah Williams and LaRon Smith are playing for War Tampa.
Nice. I like it. I mean, I guess go War Tampa. Where are they playing? Within the Jackson?
And you're supposed to know this.
Too many words. Never mind.
I looked it up on their website, which is like 60% helpful. And all I got was they're playing either July 4th or 5th. I don't know which region, city, bracket, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. But yeah.
So where's the watch party? Where are you going to host it?
On Zoom. We'll have it right here.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do a live watch. I'm all in.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to be going where we're going to be at this point. I do think that my kids will probably be in daycare come July, so maybe strings will be loosened a little bit and we can do a watch party or something. It's going to be on ESPN.
Does this Mexican restaurant have TVs by chance?
No, it's the indoor is like super tiny and the outdoor no TVs, but yeah.
Bummer.
Is it TBT? Is that what you guys are talking about? Sorry, I missed that first.
Yeah, we're talking about that.
Oh, cool.
Yes, that. So, but yeah, that's kind of cool to have a few players in there. I'll definitely pay attention to it now. I've got a reason to pull for it. And Tim, aren't you a Tampa native?
I'm a South Florida native, and Florida is one thing, so sure, I'm Tampa.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Florida's all one thing.
Although, when is
except for North Florida.
Yeah, the Panhandle is its own thing, and that's not a good thing. It's
correct.
I'm going to be in Orlando in July. Where is it? When is it?
July 4th or 5th. I'm not sure.
Oh, all right. Yeah, no, I could totally do that and then go where I'm going.
Orlando and Tampa aren't that close.
No, they are. They're like
an hour and a half. Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Orlando and Jacksonville, which is a few more hours apart. So
they're the same. Like if you were driving to Orlando or Tampa, it would be the same distance from here, but one of them is on the East Coast and one of them is on the West Coast.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And a lot of times you can actually fly into Tampa and rent a car and go up to Orlando. It's cheaper by far.
So I'm going to take a small break here to let you guys know that I did not prioritize well this week.
Okay.
I'm having to dip into Ryan's stats.
Whoa.
So I'm going to be on the PBR train for the rest of the evening.
All right. Nice. Welcome.
You literally have no beer left?
Welcome, good sir, to the dark side.
On me. It's been sitting in my cooler for the entire show, and it just explodes on me right now when I go to start opening and drinking it.
You literally have no beer?
White with a tinge of red. Oops.
I got a couple of Terrapins upstairs, but I didn't want to waste the.
Yeah,
but that's
save those.
So.
Yeah, I mean the whole idea of this thing was to be drunk guys drinking at a bar, and when I do go to a bar and they have like those $2 or $2.50 PBR tall boys. I still get them just because I'm cheap and want to drink, cheap beer. That's
Right.
my thing. But
I mean, that's probably where it started for me, was college in Atlanta, where like the cheap beer everywhere is PBR, and so I just got a taste for it.
it's not bad. It's been a while since I've had this, but it's not bad. It's just
Pretty good beer.
that's not something I'm gonna go out of my way and buy in a store.
I buy a lot of it.
I go with that.
Sure you do. Sure you do. So on to football. So a couple of schools, Texas, the governor of Texas came out and had a conference call with all of the FBS ADs, and told them to not expect to have more than 50% capacity at their stadiums this year.
Wait, who are they to be able to tell that to people? Like, what?
The governor runs the state. The state's on the schools.
Told their schools, not all the FBS schools. All
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, I was confused. My bad. I should have known.
So, but it's 12 ADs. There's 12 FBS programs in Texas. And I know Texas is big, and I know Texas is a huge football thing, and like their high schools are bigger than most like G5 programs.
Well, I think there's 3 or 4 systems too. So like we have the University System of Georgia, where all of our public universities are part of that. They have like 3 or 4 of those, of University System of whatever.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Can you name all 12 Texas FBS programs?
SMU, TCU, BYU? No. Baylor, Texas, San Antonio, Texas State.
Yeah,
You got our school finally.
Texas A&M. Well, that's not our school.
It's in our conference.
Our conference.
UTEP. I don't know. I feel like I did good.
That was pretty good. I gotta give you credit there.
I actually got 10 when I first did it, and I forgot Houston.
Oh, yeah. That's
I don't think I got all 12 of them. I came up with Texas A&M, Rice.
Oh, Rice, yeah.
Minnesota, Texas State, North Texas, UTEP, TCU, Baylor, and Houston, which I think is only maybe 11 schools. I may have missed. I guess I missed one.
Yeah, you said North Texas in there, and I'm still not hearing something I didn't say. That's fine. Nobody tunes in to know the
You said
Texas.
San Antonio, and I said UTSA. So I think that may be what you're.
Roadrunners.
Yeah. That was irrelevant. I was just kind of like, I was like 12. Can I count all 12 of those? And I have no idea. So, anyhow. But apparently he had said 25% like the week before. So it is another week later, it goes up to 50%. So by the time the season rolls around, they'll have like 150% capacity.
Just pack the house. You're good.
Exactly. Just
Wear masks, whatever, guys.
well, then to make it a little bit more appropriate to Georgia State, is Arkansas State came out and gave their phase or their approach to this whole thing, and they're going 66% capacity.
Okay. All right. So 2/3.
Yeah, so 2/3, which I have no idea what the seating capacity of Arkansas State.
That's probably their normal crowd.
Right.
Oh, but I'm like, but 2/3. If they're 2/3 filled, it's probably still less than half filled at like a Texas stadium, likely.
I'm
Yeah.
just
Well,
curious to Google
I've seen games at Arkansas State, and that's probably, they will never reach 66% capacity.
Yeah, I mean,
anyway.
So just under 31,000 fans fit in there.
Yeah, they're not going to hit 66% anyway.
No.
it's 30,000 is their capacity. As you're saying, Tim.
Just under 31,000. Give them that.
But 30,000, so they're saying 20,000 in there. That's fine. But one of the things I thought was cool is a big question's been asked on all the message boards and everywhere about these schools allowing fans in. Who gets in first? And almost everywhere. Who do you think should be in first? Should it be
Season ticket holders?
students? Should it be donors? Should it be season ticket holders, which are kind of the same thing?
Yeah.
Like, who should be the first people that get into the stadium?
Season ticket holders.
Season ticket holders, yeah.
I agree with you guys, and maybe because all three of us are season ticket holders. But the internet is just like students. Like, students have got to be the first people allowed back in there, and I'm like, all right, whatever. On the other side, I don't care. But I feel like the people that are paying money.
Fine. Two gates, one for students, one for donors. Season ticket holders.
We're actively paying money for it. We chose to do so.
Yeah, we're not getting an education out of this.
We already got our education out of this, right? I mean,
Yeah, we paid for it.
Educated in on is like how bad our football team is.
so the problem that we end up having is we've seen what student turnout is, and like I just cannot prioritize them because they have shown that they just generally do not care about the program, and so why would we prioritize them?
I don't disagree, but I thought it was interesting. Arkansas State did say every single season ticket holder will have a seat in the stadium. Maybe not necessarily the seat they've had for the past 20 or 30 years, but they will have a seat in the stadium if you're a season ticket holder.
I have consistently been social distance from anyone in my seat anyway over the years, so it's all good.
Oh yeah, but what we've talked about it before. Georgia State's not an issue. We could have 100% of the season ticket holders show up and the max students to show up to a game, the max average. Show up to, can you have max average?
We need to have our stats department do number of season ticket holders and the number of sections and see how many people fit in each section to spread all of us out equally.
Well, so what I was thinking is, let's put the band in those under the touchdown club or whatever it's university club,
Mm-hmm.
where the band where it was built out from the movie. So the band still goes over there in that end zone area. That right field built section could be all students, and then have the opposite side, that left field, third baseline side of all the club seats and everything, have their sections, and just kind of really
So anyway, analysis.
really just sit in your seats, and you'd be fine, right?
David doesn't even know he was gone. You were
I
gone.
know. You were gone for like.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that popped up and said your internet connection's unstable for a while. So
It was not unstable. It was
Just-
absent. It was gone.
well, I'm counting on the fact that this is being recorded on my.
Oh, he's gone.
Man, he's really drinking tonight.
So John Weaver said, "I'd gladly get pushed out if too many students showed up," and I think he's right. So maybe you do prioritize the students, but like the fact that you like what I said means that if you prioritize the students and only like 10 of them show up as usual, then we all get our seats anyway. So who cares?
I agree. And so while I was out of this, what I was trying to say was this is being recorded on my computer. So if I get like connection goes south, I still get to talk, which
We're
is
gone.
all this is really about is me talking anyways. So I do my own thing. So y'all just get over it. But
So we should just whenever your internet goes out, we should shut up.
Just be quiet. Just stare at the screen.
you can keep the Facebook guys going on. No, I agree with John though. Yeah, I would love to get pushed out because there's that many students that want to go to a game, but it ain't gonna happen. Like if we even had like that first game turnout, which is not gonna happen.
Yeah. It'd be the first game in homecoming that I'd be worried about like not being able to go to. But in homecoming, it should be like alumni, right? I mean, that's what the whole deal is. It's coming home.
Well, it's a team coming home from an away game, which I felt like homecoming was supposed to be like after like, a 2-game stretch. Like, it's, oh man, we've gone 2 weeks without a game, and no, it's always I feel like just one game, and it's your cupcake team, ideally.
But isn't it also when alumni come and visit the campus and like come home? Like, isn't that a thing? Is that not a thing? Did I make that up?
What are you asking? What question are you asking?
There's like a whole thing where it's also like when alumni come back to campus and like visit, and like that's a whole like you're supposed to travel in for homecoming because it's homecoming.
I am not aware of alumni supposed to come to the homecoming game other than the homecoming game being a big game, and so and it's supposed to be a guaranteed win. So that's why you come back. I mean, you can make sense. You'd be right. I always thought it was about the team coming back from an away trip.
John agrees with me, but I don't know if it's with that because I know there's lag.
If John says it's true, then I believe him. He knows way more.
Yeah, what Ryan said, but I don't know if it was about homecoming. Oh, wait. Max is now saying it's a thing. So I think this is the discussion.
Well, if John and Max say it, then I'm going to believe it. But if going off of your word, Ryan, I take no credence in that word.
That's fine. It means a lot to me that our adoring fans are agreeing with me.
So we could potentially just, if that many students show up to our first game, we could put all the season ticket holders in the club, socially distanced, and leave the students to have the entire lower bowl to themselves. What do you think?
That was kind of what I was going with a little bit, but I was going by different sides of the field because I feel like there's not going to be a lot of I think throughout all of college football, we're not going to see a lot of away trip fans. Like,
No.
there's not going to be a lot of people traveling for games, which stinks because this is when we have ECU coming to town, and like they're known for being a good travel team. And we were excited about having a bunch of opposing fans in the stands. So that sucks. But one thing that I thought was interesting with Texas, when their plan was, they said that they're not really going to expand with their how many fans they're allowing there until either a vaccine is available or there's a drastic drop in the number of cases. So do I need a doctor's note to go to a Texas game? Like, yep, got my vaccine. Like, I'm good to go. Like,
Well, they just said that there has to be a vaccine, right? So
the fact that there is a vaccine, we're talking about Texas here. One of the more socially conservative states, or probably the most socially conservative state in the nation. And they're like, I'm not putting no needles in my body just because you said I need to, government, So
you're trying to track me. You putting a computer in me.
So, for the sake of college football, let's just say there's a vaccine now. Now everybody can go to a Texas football game. It's all good to go.
Yep. The vaccine is to get it.
This would be the best time to test the placebo effect and just like tell everybody there's a vaccine and let everybody get a shot and then be like, and it's just saline. Like, all right, cool. Let's see.
And then everything just gets started again. Nobody ever bats an eyelash. We're just go.
Exactly. But also charge $150 for the vaccine. But the saline water needs to be charged a lot of money for it.
Oh boy. All right, what's next?
That's terrible. What else is going on?
You guys live on the same planet I do. You tell me what's going on.
I don't know. You're the one that does show notes, man.
All right. So here's what I got. So if we allow only 50 or 60% capacity to our stadium, does that boost our attendance record? Like we say, we were sold out. It was a sold out game. Yeah, we only admitted 25% of the stadium to come in there, but it's a sold out game.
Nah, because we always say we always give like hard counts.
Right.
Like we never say like, oh, we filled our stadium this percent, and that's how that's the record.
That's what I'm saying though. Like, so if it says like I don't know, what is our capacity? 25,000, 27,000, whatever.
It changes.
28,000 or something.
28,000. So like, all right, we cut that in half and we say only 50% can come in, and then all those numbers actually come in. That's a sellout game, right? So we can start doing sellouts.
With an asterisk, sure. And I'm wrong. It's 24,333. I thought it was higher than that.
I thought it was like 25, 28, but yeah.
24,333. That's a really odd number.
But that's for the bottom. So once they start opening the top,
right? Then it's like in the 30s, 35,
something like that.
33.
Well, no, if they give us,
keep us honest.
If they give us those extra, they double our tickets, it will be a sellout crowd for all these games. So if every season ticket holder gets twice as many tickets, you cut your number of people allowed in half. It's a sellout, right?
So John says we've sold out games every year in GSU Stadium.
Is that counting like all the tickets sold across the entire season and combining it into one game?
I don't know. Nope. And he also says 25K even. I trust him complicitly. Like that's him. 25K. You're all crap.
I'm gonna trust John more than I trust Tim, but I'm gonna trust John way more than I trust Ryan.
Well, you guys should make stuff up as you go. Like our intern.
I'm gonna trust Google. Google 24,333. You gotta trust Google.
Also, if we only allow 50% of the people in there, does that mean that the lines to concessions won't actually suck this time?
No, because they'll have half the concessions. That's what they'll do. They'll say, like, I know, like, what to do here.
A fourth of concessions, not half. That would be too generous.
All of them. They'll close all of them on the club level and say everyone has to just walk downstairs.
This is why I think we should. I'm going to go back to my idea I put out there a few weeks ago or last week, whatever it was. I drink a lot and kill those brain cells. We need to allow people to bring in their own cooler of food and drinks, including booze.
Yeah.
Sure.
Athletics listens to this, right? I mean, we have somebody in athletics listening right now, I think.
I am sure there's some like stupid Georgia alcohol law about this where you can't do it, but find a way to make it happen. Make it be like, and it's an extension of the tailgate where you can actually come out from your tailgate and it's into the stadium. It's the same venue. And I don't know what it is. But allow us to bring our own stuff. And those that run out,
So we could just bring in like a case of beer then, right?
Exactly.
That's our cooler.
Well, if it can't be Georgia law because we did it for the suite and it was totally legit. Like that was part of the rules. It was fine.
You couldn't bring it in on game day. You could only bring it in other times. And it's because
So do they want me to come in the day before and leave a 12-pack at my seat? I mean, I'll do it.
Styrofoam cooler full of booze and ice, like right there at your feet, all the seats. That is a brilliant idea. Yes, that's what I want.
I'll do it.
Yes. Oh yes, it'll survive. It'll survive a day's worth of heat, right? You throw enough ice in there.
Well, it'll be a really cold batch of water, I think, at that point, but that's fine.
But even better, you bring in your case of beer that you set at your seat, and they sell styrofoam coolers and bags of ice like at the concession stand, and that way you just go in there a little early, get people in the seats sooner, and they
load it up.
There you go.
Man. I'm sure athletics is taking notes on all of this and will come up with awesome ideas for the fall, right?
Here's the thing: if they're not, they're totally GSU in it.
We should totally run the stadium for them. That makes more sense. Like, let them handle the maintenance stuff. The game day operations should be handled by us.
Well, and charge a bunch for the ice. It's fine. I'm cool with that.
That's what they do. When I do the barbecue competitions, they have these little golf carts driving around selling bags of ice for like $15 a pop or something ridiculous. So yeah, I'd pay $15 a pop to bring in a case of my own beer, cases of my own beer. How much beer do you bring? If you
what he's saying is it's a corkage fee, basically, right?
So if you could bring
for beer,
if you could bring in beer to a game, and you could not take it home with you, bring in what you're going to drink that day. And if you don't drink it, it gets thrown away or gets given out to the people that are protesting outside after the game later on. Whichever way it is, how many would you bring in a 12-pack? Would you bring? And I said I started with 12 because I know neither of you would bring in only a 6-pack. That would not get you through the first quarter. But 12-pack,
12-pack,
30.
Yeah.
You know, just like a keg.
Maybe two tall boys 6-packs. That'd be a good amount.
Probably 6. That's not bad. I would probably just wheel in like I would say no less than an 18-pack of tall boys for me, because I'd be giving away to people.
And right, that's what I was gonna say. Like, it would be cool to like have certain people bring in certain beers. You could trade each other. I could bring in some craft beers. You could bring in Miller Lite, David.
Yeah, we could.
Ryan, you could bring in your PBRs, and we could maybe do a trade 4 for 1. I don't know.
Get a beer festival out there, and let the local breweries bring in their own cases of beer and start handing them out to people out there. Man, this sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, I mean, there's only one local. Well, there's 2 local breweries, right? Eventide and the other one.
Halfway Crooks.
Halfway Crooks.
Right? Well, I was saying local, I meant like the city of Atlanta, the state of Georgia. I mean, the school's name is Georgia State. It's not like we're limiting it to Summerhill and. Is Eventide considered Summerhill? Is that in Summerhill?
It's Grant Park probably, but I count it.
See, and this could also be a money-making idea for Mac, because Mac could have like special deals where he's like, all right, come into my store, buy the case of beer, and I will ship it off to Georgia State, and they'll put it in the seats for you.
Guys, we're getting too deep, and it's too good of an idea, and now you're just teasing me.
All right. Sounding tasty. I like it. Make it happen.
All right.
When's your next PAC board meeting?
Well, we're next week. We're doing a PAC board meeting next week. I think it actually may be.
There you go.
I think it may be before I come into this. I think it may be on Tuesday. I probably should.
Live? Or are you like going in person, or is it like a Zoom call?
No, we're actually using my Zoom account.
Really?
We're using the state of Atlanta Zoom account to do the PAC board meeting. So hopefully we don't have.
You should stream it live on Facebook.
They wouldn't know, would they? Does it say live on Facebook?
Well, it says live giant, but yeah, they probably wouldn't know.
All right. Well, getting on to more Georgia State type stuff. Sporting News ranked all FBS head coaches from 1 to 130. I I'm assuming you guys saw this. Tim, I'm sure you did. Ryan, did you see it at all? I asked you while you gone.
Sorry, what was it? I wasn't hardly even able to hear it.
I think we're in like the 90s. Is that right?
Yeah, Sporting News ranked
David?
all
Well,
FBS.
what was the ranking?
Sporting News ranked all FBS head coaches from 1 to 130. In Georgia State clocks in at 98 with Sean Elliott. Isn't that the same place that our helmet
Okay.
is in?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Max just said the pack board does porn, and I don't know what it means, and it's got me dying.
What do you guys do when you record?
Pack board does porn. What's going on, David?
There is a reason to be on the board, is all I can say.
Well, wait, where's the outlet? I mean, I guess I'm looking through people, and I don't know if I want to watch this, but
I have no idea what you're talking
Well, all
about.
right.
But maybe it says a lot more about what Max is doing on her phone in the middle of the meeting. No, I don't think Max is even on the board.
no, she's on Pornhub. She's typing in search right now. Packboard does porn. Just hoping.
Apparently that's a search term on Pornhub. I don't know.
Maybe that's what we should start advertising. Start advertising like the pack on Pornhub. This is definitely a last call topic. Anyhow, moving on. So Sean Elliott ranks 98 out of 130 coaches in all of FBS, up from 114th last season. So that's,
so like just coaching.
Yeah, just like the coach. Yeah, ranking coaches. Have you ever heard of a ranking system before?
I have, but it's very few and far between I've ever heard of anything that ranks 130 things, and that they're any kind of accurate after like 20, if that.
But we're not going to be talked about in the top 20 of anything. So
I know, and all right. Did they say anything nice about him?
No. At this point, it's just numbers.
Just numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't even. They just. God.
Did anyone mine out on CSN BBS like all the Sun Belt where everyone ranks?
I did. I went through
David?
and I got all of our conference mates where they come in. So out of the 10 Sun Belt members, where do you think Georgia State ranks as far as head coaches? Top
in the middle.
I mean,
Right in the middle.
10. So you say top 10 or bottom 10? Top 5, bottom 5.
Bottom 5.
You would be
6.
wrong.
Oh, we're in the top 5? All right.
We are the 4th best coach in the Sun Belt.
I was gonna say probably 4 to 6 is the range of where we land.
Interesting that those pieces of crap down south. So we're 98, or Sean Elliott's 98, and Chad Lunsford is 97. I wonder how much of that was like, we don't know which one's which. Just put them right next to each other. Fine. I don't care. I thought that was interesting. Then
it's only 1 year. It's only 1 year, David. We'll flip it this year.
Yeah. So any guesses on who's the best Sun Belt coach in Sun Belt? Best head coach in Sun Belt?
Louisiana head coach? I don't know.
What do you think, Ryan?
Well, App State.
Well, he's a brand new coach.
He's gone. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably still him.
So Tim nailed it. Billy Napier, ranked 82. 82. So
cool.
People love Lafayette. I don't understand why, but
because they won last year.
Yeah. All right, Tim, go ahead.
No, I mean last year they did really well. They got to the championship game. They're predicted to get there again this year, I think, from Athlon Sports or something. So I mean, good for them.
Well, there were 3 American Athletic Conference coaches ranked behind us. Southern Miss's head coach, Memphis's head coach, but he's brand new this year, and Tulsa. So, I mean, that's the conference we want to be in, and our coach is already ranked better than them. So that's yay, Georgia State, right? Or not?
Woo! I just don't know. I just cannot get up for this. Like, it's not in me.
Wait, I said AAC. Southern Miss is not AAC. They're Conference USA. But regardless,
Where is Tulsa? Is Tulsa AAC?
I think so. Okay.
That place wasn't that cool. I don't know. When we were out there for the basketball tournament.
I feel like at this point, whenever there's a college named after a city, I just assume it's AAC. And when it's named after, and then like a hashtag. I don't mean like or not hashtag, a hyphen. Like not Louisiana Monroe is obviously not a that's not a city. Monroe is not a city. It's like a town or village or an animal.
Yeah, they're in the American, so.
Well, and that's like Texas San Antonio, Texas Austin, Texas whatever. Like it's sort of the same type of thing.
All right. Well, then my analogy falls to pieces. So shut up.
UNC Chapel Hill is actually what UNC is.
Yep.
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there, man.
All right. Well, that's where Sean Elliott ranks. It's up. He moved up. That's the important thing, right? We're getting better.
Yeah.
He's getting better.
Improvement. That's all we can do, right?
How high does he get before he gets hired by somebody else, or how high does he get before somebody else hires him?
I mean, if we keep winning and we win the Sun Belt, and it's 2 years down the road, he's probably gone. If we stay mediocre, I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon.
The highest coach, the Billy Napier at Ooh La La, is 82. So is it 70s that get you hired somewhere else? Is it 60s that get you hired somewhere else? How high do you get before you get picked up from somebody else?
Where was I mean, if you have last year's, is it Scatterfield? Where was he? I don't know.
No, but Billy Napier was 96 last year. He went from 96 to 82, and he didn't get picked up in this offseason. Crap, it's gone.
Yeah, I think you get picked up before you move to the point where you get picked up.
A lot of sense. I like that. So, all right, what I got next, what I read somewhere was, speaking of coaches, ESPN did coaching tiers for the group of 5 teams. So there's 5 tiers, which makes sense, I guess. And the Sun Belt did not place in tier 1 or tier 2 at all, which is not super surprising once you look at their criteria. I mean, you figure you're all just cutting out. You guys are just laughing in general.
Yeah, it's so weird, man. It's so weird. It's super weird considering the criteria.
All right.
So there are 5 tiers. I think I got that.
We're trying, but like you can't even. It's not even choppy. It's just not there.
What if you turn off your video temporarily, David, just so you could talk?
Oh, for the upstream account or whatever? Yeah, I can do that. I mean, but then I can't look at your beautiful faces.
You can look at our faces.
You can still look at us. We can't look at you.
Yeah, which is fine with me.
We're doing this thing on Facebook. Everybody on Facebook loves to see my face. So,
yeah. All right. What did you say though? I mean,
I don't know how far back. Yeah, there's 5 tiers of college head coaches, G5, and Sunbelt coaches don't make a tiers 1 or 2. We're in all 3, 4, and 5. Tier 3 got Appy, Southern, Ooh La La, Arkansas State. And tier 4 is Georgia State and Troy. Tier 5 is everybody else.
And what are the tiers again?
So there's 5 tiers. Tier 4, the tier we are in, we have moderate challenges with finances, facilities, or program support, and we require a unique approach to recruiting to compete with upper tier teams. Bowl eligibility is realistic with some 10-win seasons time to time, but not much sustained history of success. So we fit in tier 4 perfectly. Tier 3, Georgia Southern's in tier 3, App State's in tier 3. Some resource or location limitations, but not enough to make bowl games consistently. But enough to make bowl games consistently and challenge for conference titles.
Wait, we've made bowl games consistently.
Right, but we have too many things that push us into tier 4. I think we're like a borderline tier 3, tier 4. I think we have some good sustained seasons. Maybe show some, facilities progress. Obviously, we will be. We can move up into that tier 3 pretty quickly in the next year or 2. What do you think, David?
I think outside of our success out on the football field, we fit into tier 3 precisely. Like that's exactly where Georgia State is. It's just we've not won a lot of games, and that's the problem. But yeah, the only thing about tier 3 which comes into big consideration is it says, oh, actually, no, I was gonna say not a real candidate for Power 5 expansion. No, we just haven't won. We haven't won at all. Other than that, I think that we're definitely tier 3. There's no reason to put us in tier 4. One of the qualifications for tier 4 was requires a unique approach in recruiting to compete with upper tier teams in their league. There's nothing that requires a unique approach to recruiting for Georgia State. The problem with Georgia State is we haven't won a lot. So you just, I mean, the location, Atlanta, is great. That should not be a problem whatsoever at all to get kids to come here. There's no reason why kids would not want to come here other than we haven't won a lot. So I don't think that's actually a real thing. Although one part of tier 4 is they say that with some 10-win seasons, when was our last 10-win season?
I don't know. I think we're kind of in the middle. I think they gave us a tier 4. I think you could argue that previously in our history, we required a unique approach for recruiting, but with Georgia State Stadium, I think that's been easing up. And then obviously with our facilities development, like the new arena, Convocation Center, whatever, the baseball stadium Ryan's single-handedly going to fund on his own dime. Yep. We are set up for tier 3, which is basically the ceiling for G5. The way it reads, right? I mean,
this is all 5 of these tiers are G5. So I mean, there are the tier 1 programs. I didn't put them down from the article, but that is your UCF,
that's right.
Boise States, and Cincinnati's, things like that. Even Memphis made it into tier 2, I believe. But I don't know. The thing with these deals are none of us are going to be happy.
Any Sunbelt?
None of us are going to be happy.
Sunbelt in tier 2?
And we're not who? Tier 2?
Any Sunbelt getting to tier 2 or not?
Oh, no. App State and Southern and Ulala and Arkansas State were tier 3. That's the only Sunbelt teams that made it. They're the highest Sunbelt teams. So, but
App State should probably be at least 2.
But I think a lot of look at that. Look at the programs. So Appy and Southern are newer to FBS, obviously, but they have a storied career in FCS, which we think is garbage. They beat their chests about. Appy obviously has transitioned better than any school probably ever has. I don't know. Lafayette and Arkansas State have been doing their thing for years, so that's fine. I get it. So I get why they're put in tier 3, but I think that Georgia State and maybe even Troy should be in tier 3 as well. I think it's just trying to break things down. It's another level, and I'm sure that's some blue shades on. I don't know, but
it seems like the top of the Sun Belt is tier 3. So let's get to tier 3 next year, I guess, or skip all of it and move up to the AAC and get into tier 2 or 1.
Yeah, I'll take
ACC tier 1.
I like that.
Well, that's not tiered. Doesn't matter because we're ACC.
That's true.
Do you guys want to talk about athletic departments or athlon football predictions for 2020?
The last part.
The Sunbelt predictions or athlon Sunbelt predictions?
Yeah, predictions.
Here, Ryan.
What?
Why does it always fuzz up on me? All right. Athlon did their 2020 predictions on the football teams, and how many wins do you think that Georgia State gets predicted to have?
7.
All right. Ryan says 7. Tim, what you got? You probably looked at it.
I'm going to go with 5.
Hey,
what kind of fan are you? Seriously, what kind of garbage prediction is that?
I'm predicting what they predicted.
Yeah, I know, but you got to have more faith.
7.
8.
So they predict 4 and 8 for
Ooh, good.
Garbage. Garbage, I tell you.
Yeah, finishing 4th in the East for the Sun Belt Conference. They have Lafayette beating App State in the championship game, which that's fair enough. I mean, beating App State's kind of impressive, but yeah, it's not a lot of love for Georgia State going into the season, which I get it.
There's a mystery at quarterback, right?
Yeah, but and based on Twitter alone, I'm liking Michael Calasandro. Like, he just tweets a lot and he's funny, and so I think that if we win with him, it'll be a fun season. It'll be a fun season with anybody, but yeah.
He's a true freshman, though, right?
Yeah, it's a South Carolina, the Gatorade kid from South Carolina.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll really like it if we can have him as our starter, just because like true freshman is kind of the way to do it. But I guess Jamil Muhammad is also not a true freshman, right? He's like a redshirt freshman.
Yeah, the Vanderbilt kid. It would be. It'd be great.
You still get him for 4 years, though.
Yeah, it'd be great to actually have a quarterback for longer than 2 years. Oh, am I out again?
Yeah.
Excellent.
I agree.
Quarterback.
I agree with whatever you said.
Going over
And that too.
very well. You guys let me know.
I think it'd be great for a 4-year quarterback. How about that? That'd be awesome. Like, especially if he's fantastic, like every quarterback that App State seems to get. I would love to have a 4-year quarterback that's just an absolute stud, leads us to championships, brings us into prominence.
Well, if I'm able to be heard again, yes, that's exactly what I said. I want to have a 4-year quarterback.
I was just reading your mind. That's all.
I wonder if Facebook people can hear you okay. I have no idea how all the technology works.
I can tell
Yeah.
you guys start to fade out on me when I appear to lose signal.
Yeah.
We're the all right.
Gotta get back in
We,
the
uh,
office.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
So we have 2 updates, David. We have days until college football.
Yes.
74. We're getting there.
Woo!
74 days now?
Yeah, that's it. 74. Like, apparently the first game's August 29th. I don't know who plays, but someone.
But Scott Stowis doing his helmet release is only on like 82 right now.
Who cares? Who cares?
Well,
Come on.
the
Can we
Scott
just-
Stoiber update, he's got 10 followers.
Jesus Christ. Is he still 10? You guys sent me that, like, what, late last week?
Hey,
That
he
he was up to 10? He didn't get to 11 by now?
He was 9 last week. So after 1 week of State of Atlanta talking about him, he's up to 10.
And it's not me. I didn't follow him.
What is that, a 10% increase? You
Yeah.
guys are-
Over a 10% increase from 1 week to the next.
Jesus Christ. I can't believe you still just said that person's name.
He knows the secret's just put Georgia Southern on there, and his followers will increase tenfold.
Oh, don't say that, man. What is wrong with you? It's that Chipotle you ate today. It's just making you weird.
It's poison.
This episode title could be all about how Tim likes Georgia Southern.
Or thinks that Southern's the real GSU or something. So
Yeah, we'll wait for that last call. I have a different.
That's too far, man. Too far. No.
there was one other thing I had. I don't know if you guys want to talk about it, or we can go into or well, actually, there's 2 things, I guess. No, that's it.
What do you got?
The athletic director of athletic department rankings. Results. Yeah, we can talk about it real quick, a little bit. Ryan,
God, that sounds boring.
why
All
do
right,
you,
go for it.
Ryan? Why do you even do this show? Everything.
What athletic department rankings? Like what is this?
We'll pick you up in August when football starts back.
What,
again.
how do you even do that? What do they know about our athletic department?
It's funny you should say that because their rankings are based off facilities, donor support, leadership alignment, brand perception, football success, men's basketball success, Power 5 AD potential, non-revenue sports success, and quality of life. There you go. There's their rank. There's our metrics right there.
Some off-season BS.
Oh, of course. But I think it's like an entire website dedicated to it because it's like athleticdirectoru.com. They did the rankings.
Oh, I thought it was called off-season bulls.com.
They probably have more followers than Scott Stoiber does.
True.
So Ryan, since you're so passionate about this, who do you
Number
think?
one in the nation.
Who do you think? What Sunbelt team? This is by the Sun. This is Sunbelt specific, just Sunbelt. Who has the best athletic department? Or I think it's desirability. I think what the ranking is like how desirable that AD position is. Who do you think has the most desirable AD position in all of Sunbelt?
It's us. It's us. The Falcons are the best job in the country. I mean
Are you drunk?
no, I did that on purpose. No, it's us. We're the number one athletic department in the country.
All right, Tim, and who is it really?
It's App State, of course.
App State is,
F that. What do they do? What have they even done? They like live on a mountain. Who cares?
Apparently, almost everything.
What desirability? You want to go live on a fucking mountain? Oh,
that's the question. So App State is supposed to.
all right.
App State's most desirable, yet Charlie Cobb left App State to get to Florida State.
They do have a middle-of-the-road quality of life, if that helps you, Ryan. They're kind of mid-conference quality of life. But, man, everything else. I'm kind of – David, I don't know about you. I looked at the ratings. I'm surprised that our facilities are ninth out of the conference. Like, I get it. Sports arena is not very good. But our football stadium is fantastic. Like, I guess once all our sports are condensed into, Summerhill area, maybe that should improve rapidly up towards the top of the conference. But ninth out of 12? I don't know.
Once the Convocation Center it'll be a lot better. I agree. So, all right.
Look, whatever David just said, I disagree with it completely, and it's probably a garbage opinion.
All right. Well, we are going to go ahead and cut this episode because apparently my connection is just
hot garbage.
And we'll move on to last call, which hopefully maybe I can move over to a better signal for that.
Yeah, you want to pause the whole thing and work on getting up there?
We'll see what we can do. All right. Are you guys good?
I'm good.
I'm
Are we
good.
going to get back on Facebook after this?
We'll keep the Facebook streaming, and I'll see what I can figure out here. So, all right. Well, thanks, everybody, for listening. Thanks to Ryan and Tim for being here once again. And we're going to head over and hopefully have a better quality of stream on last call, where we talk about everything a little bit uncensored. And it should be interesting this week, considering how frustrated I am with how this whole went down. But anyhow, thanks, everybody. Thanks, you guys. And we'll talk to you next week.
Bye, y'all.
Cheers.